Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Politics on Channels Television. I'm Millicent Walker. On the news this hour, President Buhari says he is worried over the condition of internally displaced persons in Nigeria as the burden of their rehabilitation made a point of discussion in his meeting with the United Nations General Assembly President Professor Mohammed Bande. And a federal lawmaker in the House of Representatives says they will shoot down hate speech bill proposed at the Senate when it gets to the Green Chamber. And 6 suspects have been arrested by the Nigerian police over the killing of a PDP woman leader in Kogi State. Welcome everyone to the program. Let's begin this afternoon in what has become a rather unpleasant scenario in the situation with internally displaced persons. President Muhammadu Buhari says that he is worried about children and persons that are stranded in most of Nigeria's internally displaced centers across the country. The president said most of the children displaced do not know their parents or where they come from. He was speaking to the president of the United Nations General Assembly, Professor Mohammed Bande, at the State House, Abuja. Professor Bande expresses gratitude for the support given to him, also promising to work with other partners to deliver the target of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Just to reiterate that I've come here in recognition of the support the President of Nigeria and Nigeria has given to my office since my adoption of duty. Everything that was promised me in terms of personnel and funds was given. And I have therefore every reason to make sure that at the end of the day, what we promised to achieve, we have achieved. Of course, a lot is dependent on what cooperation we're able to obtain from other member states. And I would like to say that the support so far has been very encouraging. And our focus, as has been stated repeatedly, is on the implementation of the agreed-to Sustainable Development Goals. And a lot needs to be done in relation to the matter. First, whether you are dealing with quality education or zero hunger or climate action or inclusion and or poverty eradication. There is a lot to be done, and it's not just national action. National action is key, but collaboration is also important.
Meanwhile, the president is seeking the establishment of better structures for the proposed special crime courts to remove bottlenecks in prosecution of suspects. President Buhari made the request to judges of Superior Court at the opening of a 5-day conference in the nation's capital. The heads of the judiciary are making demands on what are needed for the good running of delivery of justice in the country.
The conference also provides a platform for judges to strategize on the means of adopting global best practices to meet critical challenges in the dispensation of justice to all.
While it is true that the judiciary at the federal level enjoys full financial autonomy, the judiciaries in some states lack the necessary funding to achieve giant strides.
President Buhari says he wants the judiciary to initiate a study in adjudication of election matters and give advice accordingly.
I will advise that the conference should, in its deliberations, consider how to create an efficient structure for the proposed special crime courts or the urgent designation of existing courts as special courts with competent and credible judicial officers in order to remove administrative bottlenecks in the judicial process. I will encourage the judiciary to undertake a critical review and assessment of their needs in terms of technology, competent administrative judicial personnel and welfare, as well as skills required to make the Nigerian judiciary more innovative and in tune with modern judicial approaches.
And to stories coming from the courtroom, the former chairman of the defunct Pension Reform Task Team, Mr. Abdul Rashid Maina, has been granted bail in the sum of 1 billion naira by a federal high court in Abuja, with 2 sureties in like sum. In granting the bail, Justice Akunabang ruled that both sureties must be serving Nigerian senators with no criminal cases before the court, who must also possess fully developed landed property in the Maitama or Asukuru district of Abuja. The sureties must also submit 3 years tax clearance certificates and must appear at all further court rulings with Mr. Maina, who must also deposit his international travel documents with the court. Besides residing in Abuja, the sureties are also required to file affidavits to show that they can pay the penance sum, which the court must confirm.